the world will see that I'm levels above this average fighter.
And at any point, did you consider not taking the fight, considering he missed weight by over 3?
Of course not. It don't matter what weight what weight he came in.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Oh, but Ego. Ryan Garcia missed weight. That's why Devin Haney lost. No. That's what I ain't gonna do. We are not doing that. In this video, I'll explain why we're not going to do that. Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia. Cope harder. That's just something you got to deal with. Ryan Garcia showed up and he showed out. Let's get into it. So Ryan Garcia, immediately after weighing in, this is just the ceremonial weigh-in, Ryan Garcia took to the mic and he was interviewed.
I said, meet me in the ring like you. I said.
So he said, meet me in the center of the ring like you effing said.
Said, meet me in the ring like you. I said, meet me in the center of the ring like you. I gave you your money. You better give me my money.
I gave you your money. Now you give me my effing money. So what he's referring to is there was a bet and a wager at the final press conference, which he'll reiterate. Ryan Garcia says at the press conference, against his dad's wishes and his team's wishes, Devin's team proposed if Ryan were to miss weight, that he was penalized. Initially, they said $500K, but then Bill Haney said, let's sweeten it to $500K per pound. Every pound of weight over the contracted 140-pound limit that you are over, you must pay $500K, right?
I gave you your money. You better give me my money.
And he said, I gave you your money. So meaning I paid you.
You want that center of the ring? Let's do.
He said, if you want to fight in the center of the ring, like Bill Haney kept saying, then let's effing do it.
Okay, let me ask you, Ryan, what happened this morning?
Hey, enough of that funny business. We got to fight tomorrow, man. Fuck.
Ryan, why did you miss weight?
Why did you miss weight?
What happened this morning? Could you tell the people this has been a big story today?
Man, I did my best, to make this weight.
I did my best to make weight, and the people in the crowd start to boo.
I put myself through hell. Yeah. Suck my At the end of the day, I'm the best fighter here. I ain't ever going to be played, and I'm going to knock him out, and everybody's going to be cheering. What?
He said, I'm going to knock him out, and everyone's going to be cheering. Watch. Well, they're definitely cheering for Ryan Garcia. It wasn't technically a knockout, but if you know, you know it should have been a knockout.
How much did you have to give him?
How much did you have to give him? You heard it. How much did you have to give him in terms of a penalty fee?
I had to give him 1.5 million, but that's light work.
Boom. I had to give, Ryan Garcia said it. You guys heard it. Listen again.
I ain't ever going to be played, and I'm going to knock him out, and everybody's going to be cheering. What?
How much did you have to give him?
I had to give him 1.5 million, but that's light work for me. Come on.
I had to give Devin Haney 1.5 million, but that's light work for me, meaning I'm rich. I'm filthy rich. So that's not to me. That's light work. I paid him the 1.5 million allegedly, and we're moving on with the fight.
And what were you drinking up there?
I was drinking a nice beer. That was fire.
What do you say to all the people who didn't think you would make it to this point, who doubted whether or not you'd be able to make this fight?
God did. Let's go. Thank you.
So Ryan Garcia just explicitly told you what went on. He said, I tried to make the weight. I put my body through HE double hockey sticks. I couldn't do it. And the crowd started boo. He said, SMD, off, basically. Tomorrow, I'm going to knock him out, which he came very, very close to doing. And everyone's going to be cheering for me. And how soon they forget. All the people that were booing, the very next day, everybody's hoisting Ryan Garcia up. People doubted him. People doubted he would show up. People doubted that he was going to fight. People doubted that he was going to win. And he showed up. He definitely fought to win. He did win. And in my opinion, that should have been a knockout from Devin Haney. So Ryan, throughout the whole buildup, he acted bizarre, a lot of antics. But one thing you can't take away from him is the man did the things he said he was going to do. He said Haney's getting destroyed. Destroyed, guaranteed. He was very confident, very adamant in that. So why are the fans saying, oh, Boxing Ego, Ryan Garcia cheated. He came in heavy. Now, I understand the weight was contracted at 140 pounds. I do appreciate professionalism. In that moment, Ryan Garcia was not professional to not have made the weight. I made a video about it. I told you he seemed nonchalant about it. He came in 3.2 pounds over. I did the Ego Weight Watchers video. I don't know exactly what went on. I don't know if it was planned or he just couldn't cut the weight or whatever. If you're over 2 pounds, the commission won't even try to let you lose too much weight because you could do bodily harm and put yourself in the hospital. So to salvage the fight, they were going to have to renegotiate, which they did. And they agreed upon the said penalties, the bet. You know, there's different reports conflicting the number. Allegedly, it's $1.5 million to settle Ryan's side of the penalties per pound for missing weight. The moment Devin Haney and Team Haney renegotiated and agreed to fight Ryan Garcia at this new non-contracted weight initially, then it's fair game. Because you're saying there's an exchange for this amount of money. This is what it is worth to me in order to continue to make this fight. I'm still willing to fight Ryan Garcia. So it's just funny to see the Cope Harders, the boxing Karens, make all these excuses for Devin Haney. After they sold you on Devin Haney as the next Mayweather, this, that, and the third, now they're trying to make it look like Ryan Garcia cheated and the only reason he won was because of the weight. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I have another trick up my sleeve, another fun surprise for you. So now people are trying to make it look like Ryan's a cheater and find a way to cope and be in denial as to what went wrong, why Devin Haney lost, etc. But it's almost like how they say you do the crime, you do the time, right? With the judicial system, if you committed burglary and then they sentence you to 7 to 9 years, you serve your 7 to 9 years, follow all protocols, get out maybe a year early on good behavior, you've done your time. So you're free. You're free to leave the prison after that allotted time. Similarly, Ryan Garcia and his team, Golden Boy, his lawyers, Devin's people, they all got together and renegotiated the new terms. So if Devin didn't want to fight at this new weight, then he should have canceled the fight. Or they said they had an understudy opponent, which was Arnold Barbosa, who should have lost on this card for the record. And he was fighting on the undercard in the same weight class. So if Ryan was so unprofessional, right, then you shouldn't have fought him. In fact, I made an Ego Weight Watchers video about it, and we could look through some of the comments. Nobody said anything about Devin Haney losing, which means to me, like, you could look through the comments, the video's still up. It said people still think he's trolling, Ryan's a disgrace. I don't think these social media boxers disrespectful. Oscar doesn't have control of his fighter. Nowhere in here, lack of discipline. So people were saying that Ryan beat the brakes off it. Okay, that's after the fight happened. You know, Derek James has been stressed out. Ryan lacks discipline. So all the comments Dang, Ego called this ish. Ego Weight Watcher strikes again. The fans showing you I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Tank, this doesn't have nothing to do with Tank. His career is over after this fight, I'm telling you, right? So these were the comments that people were leaving. My boy was in the sauna for hours. This is why the fight is not selling. Devin is 1.5 million richer. Not one of these comments that any of you boxing fans left. Devin said he had to pay $500,000 per pound, which I went over. Neither guy is 140 pounders. Don't eat that pie thinner. That's the one thing you blah, blah, blah. You have been calling it. He's coke bloated. How much you think? Love the pot quote. Again, none of these comments, you were absolutely correct. Just as I said, he missed weight. He's unprofessional. And a lot of the comments were like, you guys can go through them. There's too many. Ego Stradamus, Ryan's funny, tough for Devin. He needs to be at 154. Well, that's probably after the fact. But anyway, the point I'm making is if you go peruse through all comment sections, people were still confident that Devin Haney would beat him. A lot of people were saying that Devin Haney, look, Haney came in at 165 versus Regis. Ryan is looking like this because of drugs, blah, blah, blah. So not really any support for Ryan Garcia. Ryan's a joke. Everybody was just calling him names and saying that he wasn't ready. That's the comments that I was reading. So all the people who are now complaining and saying Ryan cheated and he won because of the weight, then why didn't, when you notice Ryan missed weight, why didn't you switch your fight prediction to Ryan Garcia? Say, hey, man, at 140, I would have had Devin beating him. Now that they've renegotiated and the fight is at 143.2 or whatever, I now am picking Ryan Garcia. None of the Haneyacks did that because they didn't think Ryan was going to actually win. And then when Ryan did this and busted Devin up, embarrassed him, now they're searching for all the excuses, all the reasons as to why this occurred. So, of course, they're going to reach for this. But as I've stated throughout this video, they didn't think, they being Team Haney, that Ryan was still good enough even with the additional weight. Because if it was really a problem, I've seen fights where a team will say, this guy missed weight, we're not fighting that guy. Fight over. Because I'm not putting my fighter in there with someone who came this overweight. So Devin Haney's team truly believed that Ryan was no match. That's why they were saying fight in the center of the ring, and they took the fight. They could have easily walked, said Ryan's unprofessional, my fighter's a champion, he stripped naked, he made his weight, he's a consummate professional, fight over. Or we want Arnold Barbosa. So they didn't elect to do that. So now we can't find a soft spot for the Haneys to land. When you made your bed, you know what happens. You know it's a risk when you lace them up. You knew Ryan was going in with the 3.2 advantage. Besides that, we don't know how much either fighter rehydrated to. But for my taste, Devin looked bigger than Ryan Garcia. Or at the very least, they didn't look far off. They didn't look really far off. Devin looked big. The big difference, this was Devin before the fight. The biggest difference is Devin don't have pop like Ryan Garcia. He doesn't have the style of Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia hit him with the left super quick in the first round, and he didn't fully recover. It took a very long time for him to kind of settle in, like where he's doing some things he was trying to, but his legs, I don't think were ever fully there. And he repeatedly got hurt time after time and again. And then now people want to make excuses. Out of all sports, boxing has some of the poorest sportsmanship ever. people who believed full and well that Devin Haney was superior in every way to Ryan Garcia, and then now they're griping about the weight that he agreed to, that he took the money. So why did you take his $1.5 million only to complain about weight? And that's exactly what they're doing. Devin Haney says, Allah is the perfect planner. He makes no mistakes. Fought like a true champion, got off the canvas, got up off the canvas, and I kept fighting. I'm 100% okay. I would love to do it again while we both make weight. So you guys see it. Bill Haney did a video. He's also talking about weight. I want to do this again where we both make weight. Unfortunately, boxing doesn't work like that. This was such a rookie job that it's unbelievable. And again, as I've stated on my channel, and those who watch me, they know I've said this. This is what happens when you chase Tank Davis. So everybody trying to compete with Tank Davis, get on their level. You know, the Haney said the Mayweather era is over. Gervonta Davis era is over. It's the Devin Haney era, etc. And they wanted to be the big show. But here's the thing. That's why I said it's rookie. They did this deal with Ryan Garcia, Devin being a champion. They took a lesser split than Ryan Garcia. Facts. They both been on record saying that. Took 45%. Ryan was the A side, got 55%. So you entered this fight as the B side. You entered the fight as the B side. Ryan, in the first fight, Ryan got the 55%, lost 1.5 million of his purse. You renegotiated. You didn't make him, when he missed weight, most teams, like most smart teams, when their fighter's a champion, what they'll do is they'll also renegotiate a next morning weigh-in so the fighter can't balloon up, right? So the fighter can't balloon up, meaning you already missed weight by the 3.2 pounds. You're not trying to make the fight weight. You're going to have to pay me the penalties, 1.5. You're ineligible for the WBC belt. But in addition, in the renegotiation, we need to see you tomorrow at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and you have to re-weigh in, and most would probably be like 10 pounds, so you can't exceed 10 pounds or whatever the agreed upon amount is by the next day, right? So if Ryan weighed 143.2, basically he can't weigh more than 154 by tomorrow morning at the agreed upon second weigh-in time, just to make sure that he's not just eating and carbing up and, you know, replenishing crazy and gaining 20, 30, 40 pounds, you know, whatever crazy number. The Haneys didn't do this. This is their fault. So let me recap. No rematch clause. There, from the beginning, this fight had no rematch clause. You accepted as the champion the lower split and agreed Ryan was the A side. Then when he missed weight, you agreed to continue the fight instead of fighting Barbosa, right? Or canceling the fight or whatever you had to do. You took his money, the 1.5 million allegedly, and then you didn't even make him do a next day weigh-in, right? And now he beats Devin bad to the point where people are questioning the future of Devin Haney and if he'll ever be the same fighter. And now we're going to bring up, oh, I want a rematch while we both make weight. But the world, I don't even know how much the world would even want to see a rematch between these two, because the first fight was decisive. The fight wasn't close. So this, as a champion, I feel like the Haneys should have known better than to go in half-cocked. And they were clearly underestimating Ryan Garcia, clearly overconfident. And then when it didn't play out in their favor, I feel like the Haneyacks and people are trying to find a justification for it. But the world already seen the fight. There's millions of memes, million pictures, The performance is what the performance is, and that's the reality of it. The world's seen these photos. Devin getting dropped, floored, hurt multiple times. He showed the heart of a champion, but in boxing, it takes more than that to win. And then now we can't cry over spilled milk when you agreed upon that weight. That just doesn't work. You agreed on the, that's like me going to a job interview at Costco. And I get to the third interview. They said, hey, Ego, we want to hire you for this job. We're going to pay you X amount of dollars. Let's say $20 an hour. If you like that, sign on the dotted line. I sign on the dotted line. They tell me what the job entails. And then Monday, they want me to start. I get there Monday and I'm like, hey, store manager, I was thinking about it. $20 an hour is not good enough. Can I get 30? The store manager is going to look at me like I'm crazy. Like, no. We hired you on at $20 an hour, told you what you needed to do, and you're like, oh, I don't want to have to keep running up and down this ladder for 20 an hour. Well, you should have not taken the job. That's exactly what happens with Devin Haney. You took this man's money, renegotiated, didn't make him do a same-day weigh-in, had no rematch clause in place. You can't now cry over it because you accepted these new terms. Like, oh, he was too big. I seen Eddie Hearn did an interview, and he said Ryan Garcia was a middleweight. Says who? Devin looked just as big, if not bigger. Who's to say Ryan was a middleweight? You know? And if you knew that was a potential, then the people, so between Bill Haney and Eddie Hearn, he has two people looking after him, but then you allowed this fight to continue, even though Ryan missed weight and you didn't even do a same day weigh-in. So you had no safeguards in place to protect the fighter. So when it plays out bad, because you guys overestimated your ability, thought Ryan, like Devin said, he's a C+ fighter. Devin said Ryan hasn't improved since the amateurs, and he said he's going to crush him. And the Haneys were saying, stand in the center of the ring and trade. They overlooked him. So we can't do what people are attempting to do and be bad sports and be like, oh, Ryan was too big. That's the real reason Devin lost. Finally, I told you guys to stay tuned to the end of this video. Perhaps this is the greatest reason why we can't now cry over spilt milk. This is Devin Haney right after the weigh-in, and he's interviewed about Ryan Garcia missing weight. Let's listen to what Devin Haney had to say about Ryan missing weight. Shall we? Roll the clip.
Alhamdulillah, this is all a dream come true. I dreamed of these moments, and the moment is finally here. Now it's time for me to shine.
Okay, obviously yesterday you had that bet, so it seemed as though you had some doubts as to whether or not he would make weight. What is your reaction?
It seemed like you had some doubts that Ryan Garcia would make weight. What is your reaction to him missing weight by 3.2 pounds? Let's listen to what Devin Haney said.
To him missing by over 3 pounds.
He's very unprofessional. I'm a true professional. And I told him yesterday his antics will betray him, and this just should start.
His antics will betray him, and this is just the start.
Tomorrow, the world will see that I'm levels above this average fighter.
Tomorrow, the world will see that I'm levels above this average fighter, said Devin Haney. So the question is about Ryan Garcia missing weight, and this is Devin Haney's response. The world will see. So you, at this point, when you're doing this interview, you know that Ryan has missed weight by over 3 pounds. That's the direct question you were asked. And he said, tomorrow will show I'm levels above this average fighter, aka Ryan Garcia.
This just should start. Tomorrow, the world will see that I'm levels above this average fighter.
And at any point, did you consider not taking the fight considering he missed weight by over 3?
At any point, did Devin Haney consider not taking this fight considering he missed the weight by over 3 pounds?
And at any point, did you consider not taking the fight considering he missed weight by over 3?
Of course not. It don't matter what weight what weight he came in. I'm a true champion, and I will show it.
Boom. Do not ever go against Boxing Ego. Bet on us all 2024. Devin Haney told you out his own mouth at the weigh-in. The question was simple. He missed weight by over 3 pounds. Did you ever consider like canceling the fight?
Above this average fighter.
And at any point, did you consider not taking the fight, considering he missed weight by over 3?
Of course not. It don't matter what weight what weight he came in.
Of course not. It don't matter what weight Ryan Garcia came in.
Over 3.
Of course not. It don't matter what weight what weight he came in. I'm a true champion.
He just told you it don't matter what weight. So why are fans saying, oh, Ryan cheated with the weight? He paid his penalty. You renegotiated. It was unprofessional that he did it initially, but in the renegotiation process, when you decided to collect the 1.5 million and still thought you would beat him, you assumed the rest of the responsibility, partner.
No, it don't matter what weight what weight he came in. I'm a true champion, and I will show it.
All right, well, good luck to you. Do you have a final prediction? Considering everything that has happened, how do you see this going down tomorrow?
I'll end this. Get him out of boxing. It's over.
All right.
I'll end this blank blank ussy. Get him out of boxing. It's over. These are the words of Devin Haney after already knowing that Ryan missed weight. So you at home, deal with the loss. Devin said, like, now he's switching it and he's saying, hey, I want to redo it when we both make weight. But previously you said it doesn't matter. I just let you listen to it. It doesn't matter what weight I'm going to end him. He's an average fighter. Basically, he's a bum. And I'm going to show it that I'm levels above him tomorrow. Unfortunately, Devin didn't make good on virtually any of the things that he said in the pre-fight. That Ryan was a C+ fighter, that Ryan is a TikToker and an actor, that Ryan hasn't improved since the amateurs. You know, his dad was saying, stand in the center of the ring and trade if you're a real man. Put your dukes up. His dad was saying, if he eyes, you know, we're going to 187-ish him. And, you know, these are the things from Team Haney. Weight doesn't matter. He just told you, don't use it as an excuse now.